And now, before moving forward to the next paper, I would like to just talk a little bit about a common substance which is called a kushta, which we normally think that it is used to gain power or strength. But actually, kushta means killing of the particle and converting it to nanoparticles, but retaining its own properties. And we hardly know about its different uses and its especially the antimicrobial activities, because we normally think that antibiotics are widely used to control infections, but there are some kushtas which have great antimicrobial properties, and the next paper is about the same. It's the evaluation of antimicrobial activity of Kushta abrak, mica, Siyah, Safed and Kala against gram-positive microorganisms. I would like to invite Aisha Iqbal to please come here on the stage and make her presentation regarding this. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Myself, Tabiba Aisha Iqbal. I am currently working as research assistant in faculty of Eastern Medicine, Hamdard University. The topic of my research is evaluation of antimicrobial activity of Kushta abrak, mica, Safed, Siyah and Kala against gram-positive microorganism. Let's some short introduction about Kushta. Kushta is a Persian word which means to kill. Basically, it's a process of, it refers as a process of calcination. In Unani medicine, it is called as amle taklis. There are some, it is a unique dosage form of Unani medicine which has multiple properties. First is the process of its preparation is, it is passed, the drug are passed from high incineration process and the temperature above than 700 degrees centigrade to convert the different sources like ores, minerals, metals and some animals parts into nano amorphous form powder. The properties are here when the drug is passed from the high incineration process, it converts into nanoscale particles and nanoscale range. Then this process helps us to make it rapidly absorbed in the body for therapeutic actions, and it stimulates our innate heat. Physicians use it to stimulate innate heat. Innate heat is in Unani medicine hararate gharizia, to regulate our body heat to perform different tabiyat and phases of the body. Second, another property of Kushta is it is used in very low dose and its efficacy is very high. So this is another benefit and property of this dosage form. And it has another property is it has extend shelf life, like syrup and khamira and different Unani preparations. It is very easily fermented, and it has 2 to 3 years of shelf life. But Kushta has extended shelf life. When the drug passes from this incineration process, its shelf life increases. And this process also reduces the toxicity, the material which is used to prepare Kushta. By this process, the toxicity become reduced. The sources of Kushta preparation are here. There are multiple misconceptions we found in our society and even by our medical doctors that Kushta is very harmful and it should not be used, it can damage kidneys. So there are should be some researches which clear and which validate that it is not such toxic as misconception occur in our society. Because first is Kushta is a dosage form of Unani preparation. It depends which source is used to prepare that Kushta. There are multiple sources like ores, metals, stones, animal parts. These are the sources which are used to prepare kushta. First, it depends which material is used, either it is toxic or not. If there is toxic, so there is specific detoxification and purification methods are used in Unani medicine for each kushta, and which is distinguished for each types or sources to purify it and detoxify it. Here are some examples I try to show, but there is a wide range of kushta used in Unani medicine. Here is some minerals like sulfur kushta gandhak is available in market, mercury kushta para, gold. Here metals are used, some stones are used to prepare kushta. Animal parts like stag's horn and eggshells are used. Kushta beza murg is widely used by Unani medicine to overcome the calcium deficiency. The topic of my research concerned is kushta abrak mika, which I used the metal, which is geographically in Pakistan, highly occurred in Balochistan. So there are multiple properties of kushta abrak. The types we used in Unani medicine, it's white and black. Kushta abrak safed and siya, muscovite and biotite. There are multiple varieties of kushta occurred in Pakistan, but we in Unani medicine use these, mostly these two types are used. The kushta abrak kala is actually the combination of safed and siya. When we required high potency, so we use the combination of kushta abrak safed and siya. And here are some Unani indications and in which kushta abrak safed and siya used, like especially respiratory ailments, asthma, bronchitis, cough, flu, and paralytic conditions, Bell's palsy, tremors, and neuronal issues, leprosy, like skin disorders. And for GIT, there are some practitioners also use it to strong gut health and like piles-like disease, hemorrhoids, etc. So the study objective of my study is to characterize the chemical properties of kushta abrak. Then we evaluate the antimicrobial activity and compare the efficacy of kushta abrak, siya, safed and kala in comparison to the current antibiotics like azithromycin and levofloxacin. Then we also evaluate the acute oral toxicity under the guidelines of OECD. The methodology of my study is that first we procure our test drugs kushta abrak from Hamdard laboratories. Then we did its QC standardization and characterized the particle size and morphological characteristics by electron microscopy, and we also detect the element presence by ADX. Then we concerned with our antibacterial activity to evaluate its therapeutic efficacy against these following strains, Staph aureus, Epidermis nammunae, and Pyogenes. Then we also evaluate the inhibition concentration and bactericidal concentration, and we also did its toxicological studies. For drug characterization, first we did Unani specification test, which has been used traditionally by our Unani practitioners to detect, to validate either the incineration process is good or not. So these fine test, floating test, wall stick test shows that the amorphous, the metals, ores, and these sources are completely pass from the incineration process and become amorphous and nanoform. And luster loss, curd test, lemon test, smokeless test shows that there is no any reactive metals are present now after passing through this process of dosage preparation. Here are the pictures. We can see that after becoming, after passing from incineration, abrak become these convert into these amorphous form. Then we did electron microscopy for size analysis and morphological analysis. Here we can see that after passing first incineration process, the particle easily convert into nano range. Like Kushta Abrak Safed, 283 to 410 nanometer of particles detected, Sia 280 to 469, and Kala is 310 to 460 nanometer. Morphologically irregular rough aggregated structure shows that it can be easily absorbed in the body through GIT. Then its crystalline layered structure showed that in raw material, Kushta Abrak in crystalline and layered form. Similarly, after passing through the incineration process, the structure remain intact even at the nano level. Here we can see its picture of electron microscopy, and we can see its nano range particle size along with the crystal sheath appearance of its at powdered form. Sia, and here is the Kala. Along with this, we also detect the element within these during electron microscopy. We incorporate the electron dispersive X-ray while we are doing electron microscopy of these particles by ZAF method. And here we detect these elements in the in our test drug. Here the peak green bars graphs shows that there is the presence of element, and the red show the error percentage occurred during this procedure. The carbon and oxygen peaks show that there is a good combustion process from which the drug passed, and then the elements which is present in muscovite is also detected in element analysis. Similarly for Sia and Kala. Kala is actually the combination of Sia and Safed. So here we can see that all the elements in Sia and Safed both are present in Kushta Abrak Kala element analysis detection. Then antimicrobial activity was evaluated by agar-well diffusion method. We determine the zone of inhibition by it. Here is a short description of methodology, that first we culture the bacteria, the strains we selected. Then after it, we inoculate it in the petri dish and spread it. After we left it 24 hours in an incubator to determine that either there is a contamination in our handling or not. When we clear that there is no contamination, and next day we pour our drug 50, 75 and 100 mg per ml we used in our study. And then we incubate, and here this is like we found that this clear part showed that this is the zone of inhibition of and the results of our study. Here are the results. Kushta Abrak Safed shows the good efficacy against all these 4 microorganisms in comparison to azithromycin and levofloxacin. In Kushta Abrak Sia, we see that Kushta Abrak Sia at 100 mg per ml, it shows higher efficacy in comparison to these positive controls, but in comparison to against Streptococcus pneumoniae, epidermis and pyogenes, it has lesser activity than levofloxacin, but greater activity against azithromycin. Similarly, Kushta Abrak Kala has the lesser activity against levofloxacin, but greater activity against azithromycin, and against Staphylococcus aureus, Staph aureus, it has still the higher zone of inhibition as compared to others. Here is a short representation between the comparison between Safed, Sia and Kala. The Safed has more potent efficacy against all these 4 strains as compared to Sia and Kala. Then we did inhibition concentration evaluation and bactericidal concentration evaluation, in which we see that against Staphylococcus aureus and Streptococcus pneumoniae, Sia, Safed and Kala, all these 3 test drugs shows inhibition concentration at 5 mg per ml and variable against these strains and according to drug. Then we did toxicology, acute oral toxicity according to OECD guidelines 423. Here is a short conclusion of this study. We observed multiple parameters in which at 5,000 there is no mortality and found throughout this toxicity evaluation, even at the dose of 5,000 mg per ml. And in clinics, we just use 30 to 32 mg per mg drugs for our practice, but for toxicity evaluation, we used at 5,000 to evaluate its toxicity intensity. So here we can see that at 5,000 mg per kg, we found some respiration, lethargy and piloerection morbidity, like slow respiration and lethargy, piloerection present, while still at 5,000 mg per kg there is no mortality. Importance and significance of this study is that it validates that the Unani medicine, this unique dosage form preparation after incineration process, it comes to the nanoscale, and it is safe and non-toxic after this process and therapeutically effective, as we see that the good zone of inhibition we found in our study, and it's also validate Unani system this study, and we also see that the element analysis show that the elements that are present as raw form, it is still intact after incineration process in Kushta, Abrak. There are some limitations in our study that first we did in vitro study, but inshallah in future we will do its in vivo study, in animal model study, it's human clinical trials also, and we also try to evaluate the mechanism of action through which these antimicrobial activity we found. Either it blocks DNA, and either it affects on ribosomes and cell membrane, which part is affected, what is the mechanism of this antimicrobial activity. Inshallah in future and we will do its mechanism in vivo studies. Here are the references of my study. Thank you so much for
Thank you, Tabib Aisha Iqbal, for your very nice presentation, research presentation on Kushta Abrak, Sia, Safed, Kala against gram-positive